What's up, y'all? It's time for another Spirited Sunday. Yep. We party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. Okay, on Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, come on in, hey, come on in, hey, come on in, hey. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Spirit Energy, and it's Sunday, and I am so happy to be here. And I'm really excited for today's episode because we are talking about, I don't know, I was gonna name it Bitch, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Don't touch my hair. I don't know. I don't know what to name it, but I know that today I want to get into the Crown Act, get into some advertisement that I saw that made me shed a couple thug tears, and speak about how our blackness is to be celebrated and is a blessing, and how we must always remember that. So, but without further ado, let's get into our announcements, our mantra of the day, and into the look. So on March 12th, I need you and me to link up. If you are in New York City, I am having a creative mixer, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a Spirited Sundays live, and the title is Put Yourself Out There. So I don't want you leaving without knowing at least 3 to 5 new people. So invest in yourself. I'll be speaking to some creatives who are doing this thing full-time, part-time, who I think are dope, and talking about their journeys. And then there will also be some facilitated activities and workshops for us to really learn how to put ourselves out there and to meet each other. Okay. You see what I'm wearing today. This sound like Spirit with the bob. If you're listening, make sure you go to YouTube to check out the visual aspect of this podcast, because I'm so fun and the facial expressions are lit. But I brought the bob back. Don't play with her. And I'm feeling like a piece of dark chocolate. I've got the all black covering the brown. I've got the gold. You know, I'm feeling saucy and very New Yorky. All black is such a New York vibe. So yes, and back in the day I didn't think black and brown went together, but baby, they go too good together. It's giving cute, right? Am I right? Let me hear somebody out there. Let me hear you. You right? Thank y'all. I am right. Okay, so I'm happy to be here, and the mantra of the day, check my notes, I don't want to get it wrong. Today's mantra is, I am the way I'm supposed to be. Let's take a deep breath. I am the way that I am supposed to be. Okay. So let's talk. Again, Spirited Sundays is a podcast on spirituality, success. This ain't your grandma's church, baby. This is church for the culture. And today, this week, I was affected really deeply by something that I did not expect to be affected by. And it's an ad, a campaign with Dove, LinkedIn, and the Crown Act. And so if you are able to see the visual version of this podcast, I will place the 3 images that I saw on there. If you're listening, I'm just going to describe them to you, okay? So the ad is of black women, And the black women have half their hair in a straight state, and then the other half either has natural curls or locks or some kind of hairstyle that has been deemed culturally unprofessional. And so the ad, I'm going to actually read a little bit about each one because it was really powerful to me. So the first one, it says, with the half and half split face, both are qualified, one is professional, one is distracting. Both are qualified, one is professional, one is unpolished. Same strong resume, same qualifications, one isn't a culture fit. Black women's hair is 2.5 times more likely to be perceived as unprofessional. As in most states, there are no laws to protect against race-based hair discrimination in the workplace. That's why Dove and LinkedIn have partnered to support the passing of the Crown Act to end hair bias and hair discrimination nationwide. And so, y'all, when I saw this advertisement, I was like, wow. And the first reason I was like, wow, is because 2 of the women out of the 3 pictures had locks. And that's just already rare for me to see a black woman with locks being represented in media and advertisement on such a grand scale. The other woman had curly hair, and someone was like, where's the 4C hair? You know, you can't satisfy everybody, but okay. So when I saw the ads, I was like, I feel seen right now. And it made me, it like broke something in me. I immediately wanted to start crying. And the reason is I have been on a job hunt since September. It is now February. So, you know, we counting the months, it's been over 6. And this is the thing. When I apply, I get it. When I have the first screening on the phone, I get through. When I come in for the first interview, it goes great. And then I get ghosted randomly. And the first time that happened, I was like, that's weird. You guys had 3 interviews with me, and the first person was so enthusiastic about me. And then the second interview that I had was with the higher ups, quote unquote, and that's when I got ghosted. The second go around with a whole entire different company, the same thing happened. I had 2 interviews with someone who was super enthusiastic towards me. Made me feel really liked, and I prepared a really dope presentation for the interview. And kind of, actually for both of these job interviews, I prepared really dope presentations. And then when I had to meet the higher ups, that enthusiasm literally, I got ghosted again. Honestly, I got ghosted twice. And it wasn't until I had to reach out multiple times to find out that I didn't get said opportunity. So it was like, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's really good? And it pissed me off, one, because they had me do work. Already I'm not feeling this new generation of the hiring process where I gotta do some work to prove that I could do the work, because that's really stealing the intellectual property. But besides that, I just didn't understand why I was getting this close to getting the job, and then I was being ghosted. One second. So I'm somebody who tries to live by the motto, what's meant to be will be. That's that. If it was for me, it's for me. If it's not, then it ain't gonna happen. But when I saw this ad, by Dove and LinkedIn, it made me well up a little bit inside, because I was like, damn, is that what's happening to me? You know, it's kind of like something that you don't want to admit to yourself. You don't want it to be true. Because let's say that was the case and it is true, it could really lead to a chip on the shoulder. And so when I saw this ad, I felt seen. The women had locks, and it just made me have to admit that there is hair bias, black bias, racism, skin tone bias. These things really are real. And not saying that I'm walking around with rose-colored glasses. It's just like, I can't afford to walk around believing that everything that I don't get is because I'm black. And when companies are not transparent, like, hey, you didn't fit the role, or maybe your qualifications weren't there, we're looking for someone with a little bit more experience, you know, I could understand if that was the case. But the thing is, I'm not getting any feedback. I'm not getting anything except, oh, no. And that only happens after meeting me in person. And so this Crown Act, the Crown Act is something that is meant to make it nationally illegal to discriminate against people based on their hair type, their hair texture, their hairstyle. And I'm going to say that it's mainly made for black people, because it is us who stand out a lot more with the way that we decide to wear our hair. Some other facts that I got from this campaign, which I thought were really dope and just real, is that 2 out of 3 black women feel the need to straighten their hair before they have a job interview. I've been there. I know people who have been there, like, oh, I got to get it together before I step up in these people's office. And get it together usually means changing the way that I look so that I seem to be more acceptable to them. They also said that 25% of black women feel that they have been denied a job because of their hair. And it's kind of hard, because how do you know? You know what I mean? How do you really know that the reason that they didn't call you back is because of what you look like? Because it's not like they're ever going to say it. It's not like they're ever going to say it. They're never going to tell you, hey, I don't like your hair, so I don't want you here. So it's kind of like we have to have this presumption. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of feeling that way. And I know that I'm not alone. And the reason why I say that I can't afford to feel that way, we can't afford to feel that way, is because my blackness is not a fault. My hair is not a fault. These are the blessings. These are the beauty of who I am. And this is the beauty of who you are. So I want to talk about, how do we continue to celebrate and uplift ourselves and our natural beauty, and as we are in a world that continuously tries to harm us or hinder us simply because of the way that we exist. And this is real, y'all. I was really crying about this. Not because I'm pussy or nothing, but no, seriously. I didn't know that it would make me cry. I didn't think that I felt that way or that I was really hurt. But at some point, I do have to admit that it does hurt to be rejected from things that not only am I qualified for, but also things that I thought were a perfect fit for me. And so I had to adopt the mindset that I don't want to be nowhere that I'm not wanted. You know what I mean? If you are racist or you don't like black people, I don't even want to work with you in the first place. And there's no way for me to know that until I go in there and meet you. But that is one act and way of resistance for us, is to just remember that If they don't want you, you don't need them. Okay? Like, not to tell myself that. I'm feeling emotional now because I can just imagine the number of women and men who walk into spaces more than qualified and leave with nothing. When we really need something to happen for us, we really need something to work out for us. Which also has me to the next point of always continue to build your table. We have to be able to generate for ourselves. The issue of coming in and asking someone else to accept us, to see us, to love us, to hear us, to want to work with us, it leaves our fate and our destiny in the hands of someone else, and it just can't be that way. So no matter how many jobs I apply to, I'm still working on building my content, working on building my brand, working on creating something for myself that cannot be taken away from me. And I know that we're in 2023, but some of these old ways have not died out in the workspace. I remember when I did work in corporate, and I remember just thinking that they're going to lose out on a lot of people just off being judgmental based on how somebody looks. The way my hair looks does not determine how intelligent I am, how qualified I am, and how well I can do a job. And so by us continuing to have entrepreneurship, by us continuing to work together, by us continuing to build the table for our damn selves, that is our act of resistance, and that is our way to build a world that we are accepted in. Sometimes it's like exhausting trying to get into a world that constantly tells you that they don't want you. You know what I mean? So I gotta want me, and you gotta want you. And that's why we gotta keep working with each other, building with each other, and helping each other succeed in our businesses and make money, and buying from each other, shopping with each other, because it's hard out here. Like, and what the real thing was, like, I could not adopt the attitude that being black was a hindrance. It's not. It's a blessing. It's what makes me lit, makes me fun, makes me powerful. My ancestors survived and lived so that I could be born today. They fought, they innovated, and they did what they had to do. And so what we're dealing with today is still the aftermath of slavery, post-traumatic stress syndrome, racism, bias. We're dealing with that still to this day, but I'm not going to walk around with a chip on my shoulder that being black is harming me. It's not. And I think that's what the world tries to get us to feel and to think about ourselves, make us feel that we're less than and our hair is not appropriate or professional, and like, it's just not the case. And I wanted to talk about this because it's like, bro, when you have to deal with microaggressions and bullshit over and over and over and over, you start asking some questions like, well, what's going on? For real, why do I have to deal with this? But I want you to know that the way that you are, the way that you look, is a blessing. It's unique. It's you. You look like the people who came before you and survived and thrived. And if they not rocking with you over there, you got to keep showing up till you find the tribe that you're actually meant to be with. Another point that I had about this was that I can't keep shape-shifting. You know what I'm saying? I think black people, we have to be so aware all the time of how somebody else is perceiving us. It's goddamn annoying. Like, hello, this is spirit. Gotta change the voice. When the boss pull up, when your manager comes over, I don't talk about certain stuff when I'm in the workspace. You know what I mean? Like, we have like a customer service voice, the code switching voice. And it's like, I can't change my hair. I can't put on a wig just to get this job. take the wig off and then everybody's looking like, well, who the hell is that? You know what I mean? So I had made a commitment to myself years ago that I was going to show up as me. And maybe I am going to lose some opportunities based on the fact that I have decided to be my full self. Maybe certain things aren't going to work out for me, but at least I could lay my head down at night knowing that I am comfortable and confident in who I have decided to be in this world. And that's how I feel about you too and us. Like, if you decided to start rocking your 4C natural hair, don't change it because of that job interview. Keep interviewing with people who accept you. You know, and I'm not going to act like it only comes from outside the community. It comes from inside the community too. You don't know how many times when I was in the beginning phases of my locks or rocking my natural hair, people like, what's going on with your hair? When you going to get your hair done? And it's like, girl, it's done. And if I get to calling you out on a couple of things, you might not like it. So I just got to the point where I'm like, bro, I cannot shapeshift anymore. Switching the voice up, changing the topics, but actually altering my physical appearance so that you feel more safe or more comfortable around me? No. I'm just done with that. However, in the same vein, I would say this, that I have grace and understanding for those of us who do decide to continue to alter ourselves to make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a mom, she's been in corporate America for a long time, straightened her hair a lot. Of course, it damages her natural hair, but sometimes that's all people have to get by. That's the only way they're gonna make their money. I'm not gonna act like I don't have the privilege of doing my best with content and making money on my own in other types of ways so that I'm not completely dependent on certain jobs. But I do realize that not everyone has the same opportunities that I do. So have grace on people. I think sometimes people are like, oh, that's self-hate. You hate yourself. And sometimes it's not self-hate, it's self-preservation. So I try to have a little grace with people who are trying to accept their blackness, their look, because it's not society's norm or it's not the normal standard. But like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's what our people did, you know. So have grace on yourself. But I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Do you feel that you have ever been discriminated against because of your hair in the workplace? I know that there have been times where, like, I switched the hair up and it's like, oh, your hair grew so long. It's like, I'm side-eyeing you right now. I've never had anyone try to touch my hair, but I definitely know people who have said people have walked up and tried to touch their hair, which is an invasion of personal space. So tell me, what do you think about this? If you have a chance to check out the campaign, write me about it. I guess I should make an email. So I'll just do that. I'll make an email where you can hit me up. spiritedsundays@gmail.com for now. We'll start with that. And I'd love to hear your feedback on this topic and to know what you're thinking and feeling about it. It was weird that the ad made me cry. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, why am I crying about this? But it's like, damn, they're really seeing me and this is really an issue. And I have felt discriminated against because of my hair and the way that I look. I try out for so many things and don't get them. And I don't always think it's my hair, but I do feel that sometimes it is. So this has been lovely. You are loved. And I want you to continue to embrace your natural beauty. And when you see other people doing that, rocking their hair embracing who they are, what they naturally look like. Compliment them, please. Let them know that they look good, because rocking our hair and rocking our selves as we naturally are is an act of resistance. And I spent a lot of my time on social media showing my hair journey, showing my natural beauty journey, because I'm here to empower us. I want us to feel empowered and confident. So I don't give a damn if you rocking with what I look like or not. I fuck with it. You know what I mean? And that's the level that we got to be on. And just knowing that whether or not somebody says yes or accepts us, we can still build our own table. And the people that we need to build it with is us. Okay? So stay where you are wanted. Go where you are loved and valued, accepted, and appreciated. And get on that Dove site and sign the petition for the Crown Act. It's legal in California, New York, and a few other states, but it's now trying to pass to make it federally illegal to discriminate based on hair type, texture, and style. So this act is being made for people like us, by people like us, and let's do what we can to see it pass. Mwah. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, and have a great start to your week. Cheers.